Hey everyone, it is update time. I know you're super excited to find out that the state legislature is still doing its thing. I know that's super exciting for everybody, not. But here we are. We were hoping that all of our activism, all of our engagement, all of our citizen oversight, which is in a representative democracy after all, our job, we thought that it would, let our representatives know, what we wanted. What we want, of course, is clean Medicaid expansion and for you to stop assaulting our rights. That's what we want. We want you to stop assaulting our rights under the Idaho Constitution. However, today, it is not to be, because in a move that unfortunately surprised no one, we have new bills introduced. So after Governor Little's veto of the terrible legislation in, okay, sorry, let's see if we can fix the lighting, I guess. Is that better? I don't know. Sorry, I just got a message. Somebody says I'm super backlit. Is this better? Whatever, I don't know. Anyway, let's see. All right, so anyway, let's try this again. So sorry about that. So anyway, Governor Little, he has vetoed this terrible legislation of Senate Bill 1159 / the trailer bill from the House, which is 296. However, oh, thank you. Yes, it's much better now. So yeah, it was just adjusting. It just makes adjustments. Anyway, so he went ahead and vetoed that stuff on Friday, which was great. It's super good that this terrible legislation was vetoed. But what they did was they took everything from those bills. So they took 1159 and broke it up into 4 different bills. I am not even kidding you. They took this terrible legislation and put it into 4 different bills. So they rushed it into committee hearings this morning. And the last thing I saw was that one of the bills was going straight to the House and the other 3 were going back to the committee for hearings. So apparently there's been a little bit of outrage that they keep suspending the rules to keep adding this legislation, and that not only are they suspending the rules for this terrible legislation, but they were trying to prevent public hearings. I am not even kidding you. They were trying to prevent public hearings of these bills designed to take away our constitutional rights to ballot initiatives. So it's becoming an absolute nightmare. So another thing, if you're interested in reading, there was a great story from Idaho Press that got a hold of some texts between lawmakers, and apparently, you may not have known this, but did you know that the First Amendment is full of terrorist tactics? I'm not even kidding you. So our state legislators totally think that doing something like testifying at a committee meeting, at a committee hearing, that is a terrorist tactic, you guys. Also, calling our representatives, sending petitions. So apparently those things that we do, such as petition the government for a redress of grievances, apparently asking our representatives to represent us, according to some of our very own legislators, is a terrorist act. So that's super awesome. Our state legislators honestly believe that us asking them to do their jobs and represent us and not make crappy legislation that takes away our rights, us calling them and emailing them and asking them to not take away our rights are terrorist tactics. So that's super fun. I've included a link to that in the description. So if you want to check out that good time, you can. While you're at it, I mean, the bottom line here is these guys ignored a problem for 6 years. And so we passed our own legislation to deal with this problem. And now this is payback. And not only that, but we got active and we asked the governor, since our representatives in the legislature wouldn't listen to us, we asked the governor to veto, and he did. So now we must be punished. Now they have been petty and punitive this entire session. They just have. The way they keep introducing new bills for Medicaid work requirements that aren't needed and that are extra expensive, the way they keep doing business in the Idaho State Legislature has been petty and punitive from the get-go this session. But now they're getting to the point where I don't even think, like somebody was talking about money, and yeah, I'm sure that the lobbied interests and the special interest dark money donors probably have an interest in this. But I think at this point, it's our legislators just imposing on us. They want us to bend the knee. That's right, head on over. I think Game of Thrones is starting, so yeah. So that's their plan. They want us to bend the knee. This is their idea of beating us into submission. Okay, well, the governor vetoed this. We know we can't override the veto, so let's do an end run. Whatever it takes, whatever rules we have to break, we'll do it in the name of muzzling the people. So that's what they're doing. I mean, at this point, they're just trying to get us to bend the knee and give up, admit we were wrong, apologize for, deigning to be engaged citizens and, asking them to do their jobs. Since we have deigned to be engaged and involved citizens, we are bad people and we must be punished. So that's where the state legislature is at right now. It's ridiculous, but here we are. So the next thing to keep in mind is that we do need, speaking of Game of Thrones, the next thing to keep in mind is that we do need to ask the governor to please, please, please veto Senate Bill 1204 AA, comma AAH, whatever that thing is. So we need to ask him to go ahead and veto that. That is the Medicaid sabotage bill. This Medicaid sabotage bill includes costly work requirements that actually would affect a very small percentage of people, because the reality of the situation is this. Most of the people in the gap, most of the people that this Medicaid expansion is designed to benefit and to help get access to affordable health care already work. That's right, they're already working. So adding this layer of red tape and bureaucracy makes absolutely no sense. On top of this, this bill also includes anti-woman measures, basically telling you that you're too stupid to figure out that you need to go to an OBGYN for prenatal care, and you need to go see your doctor first and get permission. So that's super awesome. So call the governor, ask him to veto that. Once again, up there in the description is a link to where you can find all of our representative information. And this includes phone numbers for all of our local legislators as well as the governor. So you can find their emails and their phone numbers in that link right up there, close to the top of the description, to contact them and let them know that this is unacceptable and to please ask the governor to veto this. There's also a petition that you can sign online from Reclaim Idaho, but please, please, please call. They are keeping track of people who call and ask for a veto of this bill. So please, please, please call. It only takes like 30 seconds and you can get on there and let the governor know to please veto this bill. So next, as you may or may not know, what I do for a living is I write about money and consult with people about money. And it is Financial Literacy Month. That is right. April is Financial Literacy Month, which if you are in the Idaho legislature is hugely ironic because you know nothing about financial literacy apparently. So, so you're doing these expensive bills. And not only that, is you're keeping the session going longer and spending more money on it. So Matt Erbelding pointed out earlier today that adding these extra bills added another $35,000 to the cost to the taxpayers for keeping this session going. So that is something to keep in mind. You know, we could pay a teacher for a year. just in what these guys are doing to us, trying to take away our constitutional rights. So it's Financial Literacy Month. So if you are tired of these yahoos wasting our money on stupid crap instead of doing the people's business, come to Pizza and Politics on Saturday. So this Saturday, April 13th, is Pizza and Politics. We will learn about running for office. We will also talk about what you can do as a volunteer to help. So even if you're not interested in running for office, if you want to maybe be a campaign volunteer or help us with voter ID or help us with issues ID, figure out what matters to people, come on over, come on to Pizza and Politics. We'll have some former and current candidates talking to us about what they learned from running for office and what can be done to help. So make sure that you come. Pizza and Politics, College of Eastern Idaho, room 6163 in the Healthcare Education Building, that is Building 6. So please join us for Pizza and Politics on Saturday. We'd love to have you. And, we really need to start planning ahead, because these kinds of assaults on the citizens of Idaho will only stop when our representatives realize that their seats are in danger. When they realize that their re-election is being challenged, then maybe they'll start listening to us. So please come to the Pizza and Politics. Let's talk about running for office next year, and let's talk about what we can do to make a really big difference together. Also, the Truman Banquet is coming up May 4th. It's less than a month away. I'm super excited. We've got some great speakers. Michelle Stennett and Matt Erpelding from the state legislature are going to be our keynotes. So we're super excited about that. And then we'll also have a short little speech from our new IDP chair, Van Beechler. So please come to the Truman Banquet. You can get tickets. The link to the tickets is right there in the description. And finally, you may or may not know this, but we are all volunteers here in the organization at the county level. So I don't get paid, but we do need money to keep going. We need money for things like the programs we do. For Pizza and Politics, we need money for that. We need money for Issues Town Halls. We need money for the Quality of Life Festival, and we need money to support our local candidates. So if you have like $3, go to that link and please help us out. Like I said, like every dollar helps. So if you have like 3, 5, even $1, please head on over, make a donation. We would love to have you involved with that. So once again, please remember Pizza and Politics on Saturday, April 13th. It'll be a great event. It'll be a great opportunity for you to get out there and to find out what you can do to help us end these legislative shenanigans. If you're as tired of the Idaho legislature ignoring us as I am, please come out and find out what you can do to help all of us and to help us all so that we can work together to actually take Idaho back from these people who just seem to believe that they can do whatever they want to us and our rights. We're tired of taking it. We're not going to bend the knee, and we're coming for you in 2020.